be aware that the following podcast may contain adult themes and adult language. Also, this is just for fun, and these are just our opinions. We're not experts, just really, really emotionally invested.
Hey guys, in this episode we're going to be discussing the Netflix drama The Untamed. If you've not seen it, please be aware there might be a couple of minor spoilers. Nothing too big, we've done our best to keep it spoiler free, but just so you know, there might be a couple of things to be aware of ahead.
And if you haven't watched it already, what are you doing with your life? Go and watch it! Netflix, now!
Right now, get on it.
Go! Don't even listen to this podcast, do it!
Come back and listen to it afterwards though.
รายการต่อไปนี้
Welcome back to That's Such BL, the podcast that gives you your fix of Thai BL, with a scoop of Asian dramas, a dash of Western queer media, and a sprinkling of controversial opinions. I'm your host G.
And I'm your other host E.
Well, E, it's been quite a time since our last one, hasn't it?
Oh my god, what hasn't happened since our last podcast?
Ooh. Well, very briefly, Britain is back in lockdown for 4 weeks. At least 4 weeks.
Yep. Enjoying that.
As we've probably stated previously, this is my second bubble, and legally I'm allowed to be here, so, we can still record these in person.
So if our personal FBI agents are listening, this is all above board.
Things have been happening in the TBL community as well. Let's see, what should I start with? I've noticed on Earths, we have little nicknames for the actors if they have the same name. So I have Big Earth, Medium Earth, and Little Earth. So I'm sure you can figure out who's who. But Big Earth has been putting in his stories a lot that they've resumed filming 1,000 Stars.
Oh, Finally.
Yep. So it's been a few weeks now, actually. They've been out in God knows where in the wilderness. I'm assuming these are maybe scenes that they need to film again or change because of the controversy that was around the initial idea of 1,000 Stars. I don't know if we've mentioned that before, have we?
I don't know if we've touched on it properly or if it's made it into an episode. But that there is like a character in the military.
Yeah, I think that was the problem, that the main character was meant to be a military man, and then they wanted to change that because of what's been happening in Thailand. So they've had to refilm a lot of it, and that's why it's been so delayed, because this has been in the works and people have been waiting for it since I started watching Thai BL, so March. So I watched YouTube recommendation videos when I first started watching BLs, like to get recommendations. And back then, like at the beginning of the year, people on YouTube were like, yes, this one is like a big one that everyone has been waiting for and we can't wait. And it's going to be, they haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be sometime this year. And then everything seemed to go downhill for that series.
Yeah.
So hopefully next year it will be ready.
Fingers crossed. I mean, maybe if they turn things around pretty quickly, don't they? So if they're filming again now, it could be beginning of next year.
So next up, I just wanted to touch briefly with our boy Wang Yibo. Because obviously we have to keep you all updated on what he's doing.
Yeah.
But really it's just for us.
It's just
for our benefit.
It's an excuse.
So what was it for? It was for World... his dance.
Yeah, sorry. My brain filled in World Book Day and I was like, that is not... it's not World Book Day. For...
World Trading something, wasn't it?
It was for like 11/11. It was like a sales, kind of like a Black Friday kind of thing, I think.
Oh, okay. And the Day Up gang was involved in that. And Yibo got to have a full-on dance routine for it. To Versace on the Floor.
Oh my god, a highly anticipated routine. People on Twitter were freaking out about this in the like week and a half before.
And I understand them. If you're going to choose that song to do a dance routine to, then you know it's going to be something.
It's very intense. But, I mean, partly that didn't surprise me because some of the choreography that he has on YouTube are to songs where I'm like, do you know what this means in English? I'm embarrassed listening to it. It's so explicit.
Because we were worried, weren't we? We were worried from some of the rehearsal clips that we'd seen that it was going to be, I don't want to say cringy, but have some like questionable moments in the choreography.
Yeah, with maybe a bit too much overt dick grabbing.
Very masculine energy that didn't need to be there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a sensual song. It doesn't necessarily have to be like
it. In the end, it turned out to be still quite an aggressive routine, but I think that's just him. I think he just does kind of aggressively choreographed routines, and it didn't quite suit the song as much as I wanted it to, but I still loved the choreography. Well, I've taken it upon myself to try and learn the dance.
You did, so I want to tell everybody that on Halloween, she came to our house, obviously, because what we did on Halloween was dress up and then just sit in our living room and do nothing. And make some questionable TikToks. And immediately said to us, I've learnt some of the dance, do you want to see it? And we were like, yes, and did it very well, but maintained very aggressive eye contact routine.
Listen, I was getting into the Wang Yibo kind of mind space.
You do.
So I was like, okay.
It's the bit right after they go, dance, right?
Yeah.
It's like, dance, okay.
Yeah.
And then...
that was perfect.
Thank you. And then he does like some very complicated like arm situation. I'm doing it now, I don't know why, because I don't even see it. Arm situations, and then like lifts his leg up.
And then
like the thrusts. There's a lot of thrusts.
I just wanted to learn it to do the thrusts, to be honest.
I was very impressed. It was very good.
Okay, and lastly, I just wanted to touch on Untitled episode 1.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because that's just happened for us.
It has.
So we kind of watched it together, but in our own homes.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of like synced ourselves up, and we were like, right, are you ready? Let's go.
Part
in
one.
3, 2, 1,
Go.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I see where immediately they want to go with the series.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think there will be things peppered in there that we can't predict. If it was a series that I could fully predict, like basically from the first few episodes, I'll be disappointed. But I'm hoping that's not the case, because the first season had that big twist in it, right? And that was like 80% of what made Untitled actually a good series, I think. So I think there needs to be twists and turns that are not so predictable for this series to work as well. So I'm hoping that is what MAME has in store for us.
Yeah, I mean, in the very least, we've got several brand new couples, either people who we've never met before, or people like one of the couples is one of the characters is a new person. So that alone, I think, is going to be hardest to predict and will be interesting. But yeah, it should be.
It's interesting that they felt the need to add side couples in this series, because there wasn't really side couples in series 1. There was Tom and Tar, I guess, but that wasn't really a couple thing.
They were barely in it. They were in it for like 5. Sorry if people are massive fans of them, but they were only in it for 5 minutes. Then we got, the sad room with all the paintings in it.
Like it was basically just Tarn and Type, and I don't know, like that worked. Like not really having side couples really worked. So this time they've got at least 2 side couples, maybe even a third. I can't remember. And hopefully Tarn and Type aren't going to get lost in all that. Like sometimes that can happen with the series, but I have faith. They know what they're doing.
The only thing that I found a bit distracting about the first episode was that there was almost no background music, and normally I would complain about there being too much background music in these dramas, but it was very quiet. I know that's a small point, but I hope that they haven't. I know that they're taking like a tonal detour from the first season, which was much more dynamic and a bit more explosive, and because there's that combat there, and now they're an established couple, they don't need that, and we don't need to hear wah 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 every 5 minutes.
Although I have missed it, so I hope they bring it back for some really conflicty moments.
Right, how good would it be if is it Pete Horn's wedding, someone's like, I object, and that's the first, everyone turns around and it's like, oh, I don't know.
Love it.
Long or something.
If we end up doing another series of podcasts, we'll probably end up doing like maybe a full review of Tarn-Type Season 2, purely because it means a lot to us, this series, and it has been... Tarn-Type was one of the first series both of us watched, and one of the series that made us fall in love with Tai Biao. So our whole journey started from Tarn-Type and has, come to this point where it's the second season and we're actually watching it as it comes out.
Which is so exciting.
So yeah, it's a very exciting thing for us and it means a lot to us. So we'll probably end up doing a bit of a review on the whole series once it finishes.
Yeah, but let us know what you think of it so far.
So we're going to do things a bit differently this episode. We're not going to do the usual hot topic and then a game. We've decided, just because we really wanted to, and we don't care if you guys want to hear this, because we just really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do a special segment where we recast a popular series with Tai BL actors. And we've decided to do the Untamed.
Of course.
So I thought it would be very funny just to kind of recast the main cast with actors from our favourite Tai BL series.
G has created her own version and a PowerPoint, which I really hope we can somehow upload somehow so you can follow along with it, because I'm so excited to see it. And me, Admin E, and our special guest T.
Hello.
We have come up with our own, and we're going to go
was
through
this
it
a
one
joint
by one.
effort?
Well, sort of. Basically,
Sort of.
E was struggling. E had cast two... let me finish.
All right.
E had begun to cast and had two castings that she thought, right, this is definitely it. And then got a bit stuck. I think that's fair to say.
It's not so much we're going to judge whose is the best. I think we just want to see... who we have the same, because we do kind of think similarly, but I feel like we're not going to have too many castings that are the same. I think we'll either have gone really different directions with this, or we'll be scarily similar.
Yeah, and I am looking forward to hearing your justifications for why you've chosen people, and potentially we can round it off by coming up with a master cast.
I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint presentation.
So excited, and I've got my, I just have it on my notes app. Casual.
All right, let us begin.
All right, let's have this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's animations on this too. Wow, that's beautiful. The Untamed. Okay.
The transitions, honey.
Yeah!
Oh, no way!
So,
Okay, interesting.
So, for the podcast listeners, I have put Ohm as Lan Wangji.
I also want to say to people, we're going to have to get people to see this, because the production value on this is so high. I thought it was going to be...
Have you put the same person?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
We put Cow.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
twinsies.
Yeah, and we'll get to who we've cast as Ohm as later.
I have put Ohm from Until We Meet Again, so Pideen, as the character Lan Wangji / Lan Jan. I think it's safe to say why. He has the kind of stone face of Lan Wangji.
He's a stone cold hottie, I think is what you mean.
Yeah,
he is
much.
Absolutely stunning.
I mean, just look at that.
I know, he's
that is a Lan face if ever I saw.
He is. He's beautiful. That nose, just wow.
Yeah.
In fact, that's who we actually put first, and then we decided to swap it round.
Oh, so why did you swap it with Cal?
Because I think Cal looks softer in the face somehow. I think canonically, makes sense, because Lan, I'm just going to call him Lan Jan, I'm not going to call him Wang Ji.
Yeah.
We're on a personal basis.
Lan Jan, yeah.
Exactly. Because I think he is supposed to be this kind of like tall, very masculine, very frosty, stony kind of person. But I really love that. I personally think Yibo in The Untamed plays him with a bit more softness, with a little bit of softness, and so I think also kind of with a bit more androgyny as well, which I really, really like, and I think fits the character very well too. So that's why we decided to go for a bit of a softer, more maybe slightly more feminine features for that.
Okay, so that's our first casting.
Okay, I have no idea who you're going to have cast Wei Wuxian.
Oh my god, the tension.
So I have Boone.
Okay.
I have cast Boone as Wei Wuxian / Wei Ying. Now, I have reasons.
Okay.
Not only do I love Boone, so I had to cast him as the main character. He has the smile. He has the Wei Ying smile. I don't know if you've seen this boy's full-on smile, but it is gorgeous. It is, like, cheeky.
He's a cutie for sure.
And he is... I don't know if you've watched enough of Until We Meet Again.
He's the best. He's the best friend
with
the wabi sabi haircut.
Yeah.
I actually thought when we initially started watching that, they would make a really nice pairing together.
Right?
So yeah, I think that's a great choice.
Yeah.
So basically, I know you didn't watch any of Long Kong, but for the brief time he was in Long Kong, he really showed his acting range. So Wei Ying, we all know, needs to be this kind of cocky, lovable little rascal, which we know Boone can do, just purely from Until We Meet Again. And in Long Kong, he had this whole bit just before he was killed off. Spoiler for Long Kong. Where he was just like this other side of Wei Ying, like, you know, the kind of darker, out of control, like grieving Wei Ying.
Yeah.
And I really thought, wow, I think he can do this. I think he can do this role just purely based off of maybe 10 minutes of what he did in Long Kong. And that's just 10 minutes. Like, imagine what this boy can do if you really give him a meaty role like this.
Yeah.
So that is why I've cast Boone.
Yeah, I think that's a good show.
That is such a good casting. We really struggled with this one because we were
the exact
also
same reasons,
exact
I think.
same reasons.
Yeah.
Who's got the range? Who can be charming, cheeky, cute,
But also
funny, likable, but also really dark, dealing with some stuff. Who
badass,
can be
really.
Yeah, scary. Who can be intimidating, because he is intimidating at really key points. We ended up choosing, I think this is his name, Kim Varadom, who is the who played Ming in The First Two Moons.
Oh!
So, because we felt like he was the right level, he was handsome, he was really relatable. We really enjoyed, we thought he was the best actor in the series. He was very funny, he was very lighthearted, he could carry that side, but we also felt that he would be a good enough actor and had enough of, like, he wasn't too cutesy that he couldn't be
and
intimidating and scary.
And we know he already has some fighting skills.
Right.
All right.
Good Interesting.
So
okay.
far, so good.
Okay. Who have we got next?
Who have we got next? So, this might be a bit controversial, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Go on then.
So I have...
Okay.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I have Miu as Lan Jishan, so that is Lan Zhan's older brother.
Yeah, I can see that.
First brother of Lan. And basically I chose Miu because I wanted to get Miu in there. And also Miu is one of the older actors in the TBL community. He has that older feel. I think he has the Lan face as well. I think he has that a good body frame as well, because the Lans are actually meant to be like incredible, like these incredible presences.
Hench.
Like basically like really buff, because they do like handstands for like hours and stuff like that.
Holding swords outside of, like, for days on end.
Yeah.
I think that definitely makes sense. We chose Ohm because we felt like Kao and Ohm look, I mean, obviously they've been chosen for Until We Meet Again because they look so similar. And we felt like Ohm had that bit more of that slightly older, bit more dignified, like the kind of gravitas that Lan Jishan needs to have. and we thought that he could kind of pull off that sort of like Ice Prince kind of thing really well. But I can totally see Mew working as well.
At least we can both agree that Ohm is a Lan.
Yes, Ohm's a Lan, for sure.
Ohm is definitely one of the Lans. So, yeah, next we have Jiang Chan, which is Wei Ying's adopted brother and eventual leader of Lotus Pier. And I've chosen Tay from the couple Tay Nu.
That's why.
Well, I was thinking who could play a whiny...
Okay.
Well, let me get through this.
I'm not going to have slander against my precious boy.
Let me get through this. Who could play a whiny kind of character, but who is also lovable at the same time and who you're rooting for? And his face initially popped in my head. I think his face is very versatile. He can look bratty, but he can also look distinguished, and he can look... He just has a lot of looks that he can do with his face. It's a very versatile face. I think he can portray all that Jiang Chan is, because he is a very complex character, and especially during the episodes where he needs to have that kind of angst and conflicting feelings. Let's give Tay a chance to do that.
We had this exact same conversation, did we?
Yeah.
But we've gone slightly different.
Okay.
And I think this is actually quite controversial. However,
We're prepared to justify it.
Yeah, we're prepared to fight about it.
We've chosen Singto. I can already tell you disagree.
Now,
I don't disagree. I just want to hear.
Can we
reason.
justify that? Now, I suggested Sinto because we know that Sinto has acting chops. I know you disagree.
But you haven't seen He's Coming to Me.
I don't need to see.
No,
it's good.
Because
it's good.
He shows so much more of a range.
It is the range in that, and it's also the kind of like, it's the grief, it's the kind of working through trauma.
Oh my gosh, he shows anger, he shows resentment, he shows jealousy.
But here's my question. This is the main reason I don't know if he's a good fit. Can he be intimidating?
Yeah, I think so.
Having seen him in He's Coming to Me, I think he could, because I feel like Jiang Chang, Jiang Chang, that's how you meant to say it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, JC.
Yeah, JC.
He's he is intimidating, but there's always
a vulnerability
to him,
and that's why he can't be Wei Ying, because he's too vulnerable. He's not as good and intimidating as Wei Ying.
Do I think it would be a bit of a stretch for him? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think that he's capable of it? Absolutely. Yeah. Singto best boy.
I think Tay is quite an obvious choice for JC. Because we initially thought that too. We were thinking like, okay, angry boy, but I think that just kind of makes Tay quite two-dimensional.
See,
if he's just angry and there's no depth to that,
I get you.
To be honest with you, and I don't care if I get hate for this, so they're going to hate on me, T. I don't think the things I've seen Tay in, I haven't been particularly impressed with his acting. I felt like
that's maybe because he just hasn't been given a big enough.
Well, that's what we're saying about Sinto too. You're shutting the door on Sinto. You haven't even seen Baby Boy as a ghost.
Okay, fine.
Just saying.
Fine.
True. That's true.
Fine.
So JC, we're going to say, is contested. It's up for debate. We might have to return to.
There are two choices that kind of need to prove themselves.
Yeah. And he's a hard character to cast.
Who we got next?
Dude.
Ooh, we have Zhang Yan Li, who is going to be played by Neen, who is Mei in Sotus, and is in other things as well.
What a queen.
We chose the same person.
Yay, finally! Our first samesies. I mean,
I think it goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
She's very beautiful. She's very sweet. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Let's give her a meaty role for once.
Right. Yeah. Let's let her be her beautiful, fairy-like, lovely, feminine self, but also give her a little bit of edge. There are some elements in the Untamed where she could just, she gets to show her acting chops a bit more. I think she could do it. Yeah, she was an immediate choice. We knew immediately that we wanted to choose her. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Done.
No,
let's move on.
Interesting. Oh,
Did you not choose the same person?
No.
Okay,
we
so
have got Christ, but not as Wen Xing.
so people, this is Wen Xing, played by
Interesting.
Christ. So come on, just look at their faces.
Okay.
Cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
I think you're going to like who we've chosen. though.
Okay, all right.
We chose mean.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I get
because
that.
like the face, and we thought if you've seen Mean in other things,
Yeah.
he's so cute and so charming.
If you've seen Two Wish, he
that's what I
is-
was thinking of specifically.
He is
was-
completely different than
Yeah.
what he usually is in like Love by Chance
But this is the thing, because Wen Xing, yes, absolute cinnamon roll baby boy, but also is fucking scary sometimes.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really scary. And we thought, who can be scary?
Who's got the anger?
Who's got the anger?
but who also has the softness, the cuteness, and we felt that they had some similarities in their facially as well.
It's the beautiful kind. It's the eyes, really.
Christ, obviously, absolute joy of a human being who can play that side of winning. I think he can also be an angry side of winning.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
I'm.
I'd love to see him in that long wig as well.
With
Yeah.
makeup and the
Yeah,
veins and
it'd be
everything.
great.
Oh, it would be cool.
It'd be really,
Okay,
really
so we feel
lovely.
like Mean and Christ could do
Easily.
a solid job.
Yeah.
I think so.
We'll let GMMTV sort that out. I'm assuming this is going to be a GMMTV
Oh,
yeah, of
production,
course.
seeing
Yeah.
as they do everything. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I have cast Cincto as Yuan / Lan Shizui.
Close enough.
I have no idea. I'm just going to call him Yuan
Yeah.
because that's his real name.
yeah.
I think it's pretty clear to me why he's got
Yeah.
that kind. Again, he's got like the calm Lan kind of face,
But also kind of boy next door. Yeah.
but
yeah,
also
very
very
sweetie.
and also quite a young looking face as well,
Yeah.
which Yuan needs.
Yeah.
And he's got like a wisdom beyond his years, like because he's meant to be the more talented of the juniors, yet he can still portray that kind of childishness of like and naivety of like not fully understanding everything yet.
Yeah, that's a good cast.
I also wanted to kind of get the Christ Cincto ship in there, like together, so
working
that they
together,
can
I get
have
you.
that heartwarming
Their dynamic.
scene of when Yuan and Wen Xing kind of reunite.
Now the reason why, I mean, yes, Cincto has a very young looking face, but I think he's now ready for kind of older roles, and that's why we went for putting him as JC. Because why are you laughing?
Because he's not ready for older roles.
I think so.
I think he looks even younger than he used to.
I disagree. I think he's
aging backwards.
I think he's actually bulked up a lot.
We cast Fluke. Oh, I can
Right,
already tell you
okay.
disagree with that.
I've not cast Fluke in this at all. I just didn't see him in any of the roles, to be honest. But yeah, I absolutely wanted to include Cincto in there because he is Thai BL royalty.
Right.
So. Okay, who have we got next?
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is Wen Xing, which is Wen Ning's sister. Fierce lady, fierce. And I've chosen Nink. Now, if you do not know Nink, you probably would know her best from her tiny role in I'm Team Me Too at the very beginning. She was the girl coming to look for tea. Well, one of the teas, Tay tea. I was obsessed with her since then because
Yeah,
I was
she's a
like,
babe.
she's gorgeous. What else has she been in? And she's not been in a lot. She has been in a series where she won an award. But mostly she has had just kind of like cameos or bit roles. And I think let's give her a nice juicy role in this.
We went with, I'm not going to pronounce her name correctly, Mengmum, Yiwa's actress.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
alright.
who I-
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mostly because I'm just absolutely fucking obsessed with Yiwa.
You just wanted to put you
I-
in there somewhere.
No,
'cause
I totally get that.
we love her, and also she's a fucking queen, and so is
Wen Xing.
Wen Xing.
And I feel like she could handle the depth of that character, the intensity of that character. I feel like she could do the seriousness really well, the badassness really well. She's just so cool. And I also think that she looks enough like Mean for our casting that it would make sense for them to be related.
Okay. We don't know a lot about Nink, so I'm willing to give her up if we want to put you as actress in the master cast.
First official concession from Jane.
She is a babe, though.
She is.
Yeah,
like,
she is.
She just looks like a Wen Xing to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I want her in this. So next, I have cast Mean. I have cast Mean as Wen Chao. I mean, you're gonna say that this is an obvious casting, and that Mean deserves better. But
It does.
if you're good at something, do it. You know, like he is good at being evil.
Arsehole.
He's good at being an arsehole. He's good at looking evil, and I think he would just really do this role justice.
He has some similarities in the face to the actor, the guy who plays Wen Chao too. Okay, I can definitely see that casting. I chose the guy who plays P. Trump in.
Did you actually?
What do we know about this actor though? Apart from that,
Just so we can hate him some more.
let me tell you, if you have seen, who hasn't seen Love by Chance, any scene. Okay, let me put it this way: if you've seen Love by Chance and you haven't seen The Untamed, the moment you watch The Untamed, you are going to know exactly why I've chosen this person, because the characters are exactly the fucking same.
That's true.
Wen Chao
That's true.
There is depth to him, sure, which there isn't to P. Trump really, but he is a crazy, unhinged, dictatorial son of a bitch that this actor we already know can do. The screaming, the intensity.
That's the problem I have. His awful high-pitched yelling that he does. I just wanted to cast someone who I absolutely knew would do a great job.
I think
to
you
be
just
fair-
took the obvious choice.
To be fair,
Sometimes you have to, you know. If you've got a typecast, then you might as well use it.
yeah, I mean,
He's going to be leaving BL soon anyway, so might as
Mean-
well send him off in a big way.
true. Mean would do a good job of Wen Chao.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to see him doing something a bit softer as well as having that edge too. So I was just like, stick P. Trump. Sorry to P. Trump's actor, I don't even know your name. I didn't even bother to look it up. But yeah.
I'm not going to concede.
Okay.
I'm not
All right.
giving up Mean. I think it's too perfect.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Okay. Next character.
Oh, I would never have thought of this.
All right, so I have chosen Niu as Ni. So
The
this
younger one.
the younger Ni, Hui San. I hope I'm saying that right.
NHS. That's how I read it.
So this is a Wei Ying's little buddy from the recesses.
Fan twink. That's what
Yeah.
I've been calling it.
Yeah, fanboy.
The fan twink.
The fan guy.
Who did we put?
Well, I'll tell you who we put.
can't
We
remember.
chose Christ.
Oh, yes,
Oh, okay.
Right.
That does make sense to me. I was kind of thinking
Because we were thinking of the kind of like the cutesiness of it, but also the I'm smart and I'm going to come get you.
I'm secretly
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think as well, like, if you've seen SOTUS, particularly in the second season, Artit has this real, like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of a bit like, he's kind of sassy.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit like, So, I'm not saying camp, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a bit of a sassiness to him.
He
that-
leans into the campness a
he
little
leans
bit
into
more.
the campness a bit
Yeah.
more that I definitely think works for Nino Sang.
I can only picture Niu doing this.
Interesting.
His face is the only face that I can really.
He does have a very kind of open and almost like gullible face.
I mean,
doesn't he? I
he's
think
made
that's what it is.
he's made his career out of
Being dopey looking.
basically kind of being the
Handsome but dopey looking.
handsome but dopey acting.
Yeah.
He's also like he very much plays like either the dopey, fun, lovable best friend, or he plays like
The dopey soft boy love interest.
yeah, basically like cow. I see your reasoning. You see my reasoning.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Next character.
God, oh my god, there's so many.
I have cast Z as Jin Zhishuan.
Okay,
So this is Mr. Peacock, as I like to call him.
We chose golf. And I want to say that I think
Why?
sorry, let me try that again. I think T actually did suggest Z to begin with. I'm sure you did at some point.
Yeah.
But then okay, here's why. At first, we had a bit of a moment of madness, but we put golf as Wei Wuxian, which definitely, in retrospect, is not a good choice. We were like, we kind of want golf to be in this. And then we thought, actually, golf is really good at doing the aloof, haughty, pompous, like peacock kind of thing. Like, I can totally see how that would work, how Z would be good at that. But I think that Type's character, if you take away a little bit of the outward aggression, is very much like...
Can't talk about his feelings and fucks up all the time.
But also is really into somebody and like doesn't like channels that
So
poorly.
you just want him to play like a less aggressive type?
No, I think there's more. I think it's a different vibe. Yeah. But I do think that what he's shown in Type means that he would be a good
fit.
Because he's also kind of like, he's got the pretty face, he's got the eyebrows.
I think we initially said Z was maybe a bit too like sensitive and a bit bit too likeable.
Yeah, you kind of have to dislike him at first.
Yeah, I definitely think Z can be unlikable. Are you saying that you liked Z from the very moment you met him in Why Are You?
Yeah, because he's hot.
Wow, okay, shallow. No, I didn't like his character until he started to show his vulnerability in Why Are You.
I liked him.
Well,
I like aggressive, stupid people.
You see, what I've done, I've thought about this casting, like the whole casting, very carefully. I didn't want to involve other people's ships too much. Or the only couple, like ship couple I've put in this is Chris Cincto.
Right.
Basically, I think. But definitely for the main characters, like the kind of main handful of characters, I didn't want to cast their other half in this at all. Because I didn't want to take away from the new pairings, if you know what I mean.
Okay, that is interesting.
So like for Ohm and for Boone.
Oh yeah, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So for Ohm and for Boone, I did not want to cast Fluke or Prem because I think people would just focus on that.
Do you know what? That's a really fair reasoning. Who's next?
Oh, yeah. I thought this would be...
Okay.
No. I thought this would be controversial. So I've chosen Kuhart, Earth, as Jin Guangyao, the guy who eventually has the hat. How else are you supposed to...
Let the record show that we're going to cut this out, I think. G said a spoiler, and what we have supplied instead is the guy who eventually has the hat, which you will know.
How else are you supposed to describe him?
No, that's a really good
That's his defining feature, his hat.
He loves his hat, okay?
And it's a great
Right.
hat.
Can I explain this before you go ahead?
Yes.
So I thought about this. Obviously, you need to have a shorter actor because that's his whole thing.
Oh, so now height comes into it.
Well, if it's this ingrained in the character because he's really self-conscious about his height. Actually, that's why he wears the hat.
Yes.
So it needs to be a shorter character,
a
shorter actor. I thought Earth because we always see Earth as the cute, adorable boy in the series, and that will do well for like the first half of the Untamed, where he is basically just a cute, adorable little like assistant, basically.
He gets more complex.
No, but yeah, as he gets more complex, I think it would be so interesting to see Kuhart take that on. We've not seen Kuhart really do any kind of role that involves him being not nice. I mean, I think that would be so interesting and no one would see it coming.
We've chosen Saint.
Oh, what?
That's such a good casting.
Because, right, Saint is a fucking queen, right?
First and foremost. Point one.
That has nothing to do with
No, right. Out of everything, Meng Yao is a bitch who knows what he wants. Okay? Yes. I feel like Saint is so cute, so beautiful in the face, but can bring the venom when needed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I feel like Saint is someone... Well, again, there is a height thing, obviously, because Saint's very tall.
Yes.
in real life. But
Boxes
boxes,
and high heels.
people, boxes
No,
and high
he
heels.
needs to. How are you
in
going to make him
post.
shorter?
No, everyone else is on boxes.
Oh, that's the boxes.
Um,
Just have him stand slightly further.
slightly
away.
further away.
Just have him on his knees.
But we felt like Saint. We thought Saint could really bring the fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring the thunder.
Listen,
I disagree.
campness, innocence.
I disagree.
If you don't think Kuhart can bring venom, you have not seen like behind the scenes or events videos of him.
Okay, now that I think is fair, but we have proof on camera, like acting proof that Saint could do both. I think that Girth Kuhart is capable of it, but we have less proof than we do for Saint. I really thought that we would have the same person for Jing Guan Yao. I'm really surprised.
Have we only had one same casting
Yeah,
so far? Okay.
yeah.
Next character. We have Jinling.
No way.
We have Jinling, which I have chosen Tommy for.
We did too.
Hey! So
Love that.
are our reasons the same? Probably. Tommy has that just look about him, you know, from Why Are You specifically. He can be that bratty, annoying character, yet I mean, it's basically the same as Jiang Chan for me. Like, bratty and annoying, but you still love him and root for him. Yeah. And he can play young. He can definitely play young. And, you know, I really like Tommy, actually, as an actor as well.
He's
Us
great.
too.
Yeah, we pretty much the same. We also thought he plays like such a funny and unhinged sort of character.
And he has great facial expressions.
He does. He's very, very expressive. And Jinling is one of these characters who is... Again, kind of silly and aggressive and whiny, but obviously, you know, is just a baby.
Yeah, he is just a baby.
And by the end of the series, we're like, we must protect the baby at all costs. Great casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done to all of us.
Great. Like, we turned it around, guys. We turned it around.
We're not fighting their tooth in the parking lot anymore over Meng Yao.
Right, okay, next.
Okay.
Ooh! I knew you'd like this one.
Okay.
I knew you'd like this one. So
That's great.
I have Pavel as
Jiang. Love Jiang.
the bad boy Jiang.
What's he holding up there in that picture? Is that
No,
spaghetti?
no,
His
he's
hands
a
are tied
tassel.
together.
His
hands are tied together.
It looks like a bunch of spaghetti.
Oh my god, it does.
I'm just about to cook some spaghetti for my boyfriend.
I'm going to post this picture in the stories so people know what we're talking about. It does look like he's just about to stab someone with spaghetti.
Which, very on brand for him, so, yeah.
I mean, self-explanatory.
Okay,
He has that lovable bad boy look.
Totally. Okay, right. So we went a bit left field with
I can't remember
this.
who we cast now. Who did
We
cast?
chose Ohm, but Ohm from He's Coming to Me.
Oh.
Because
We thought he could be crazy.
he kind of has that,
He's
like...
kind of got crazy eyes.
He's got that kind of, like, unhinged thing, and I think he could do that, like, faux innocent, but you know that he's, like, fucking mental underneath.
But
thing
you still
really well.
you still need to be sexy as the unhinged
You do,
Jiang.
and I'm actually quite willing to. I loved you. I loved you, and He's Coming to Me. Everyone watch He's Coming to Me. It's wonderful. I am willing to concede him though for Pavel because that is
perfect.
a really.
This is perfect casting.
That's a
Pavel,
really good
we
cast.
did struggle with Jiang because we thought like who can be this crazy, and Owen was kind of like a
He's like, okay, he could do it, but
he
we
could
haven't
do it.
seen the second two moons, so that's why we would not have. Maybe Pavel wasn't first on the brain, but I'm gonna say, happy for him
that's
to
cool.
do that.
I mean, I can just from how he is in real life as well. He is
same
batshit
energy.
crazy,
Absolutely mad.
batshit crazy, but in a lovable, sexy way.
Yeah.
So he just needs to play himself, basically.
I didn't know you felt this way about Jiang so much.
Everyone does. Everyone secretly loves Jiang. So
Snap!
So
okay.
we have Sammy, our queen.
Oh wait, no.
Our queen Sammy as Wang Lingzhao. If you don't remember this character, she is Wen Chao's girlfriend, the horrible lady.
Yeah, she sucks.
I just, from what we've seen of Sammy so far as the kind of kooky sidekick, I think she definitely has that crazy energy.
Yeah.
Or she can portray that crazy energy.
So I'm going to swap who I put originally because I wanted Sammy to be in it and I just didn't know who she could be.
Okay.
And I hadn't cast her originally. I'm going to swap her with who I wanted. I put Sammy down for Mian Mian, but I'm going to change that because I think...
No, I did that first as well, but
Yeah.
then I was like, no, I need someone for her.
That totally utilises her skills because this person needs to be so deeply unlikable, and I think you have to work really hard to be someone who the audience hates. And she's such a likable person. I think she could do it.
I think she can do it 100%. Like, and she needs to shine, you know. Like we've seen her as the like almost bumbling kind of best friend, like you know, not a main character, but you know, very much the comedic relief. Yeah. And I want to see her as the comedic relief, but in a meteor role where she can really just kind of go batshit crazy with it, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
Next. So...
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know this actress?
I know her, yeah.
So this is the actress Peak as Mian Mian. If you don't remember, she is part of the Jin clan.
Yeah.
She is part of the Jin clan, and she has more of a predominant role as the series goes on. And I've chosen the actress Peak. Now, not very well known, this actress. She is in Diary of Tootsies, if you have seen that. And her character is great in that. She's called Natty. For Mian Mian, you need to have a certain amount of comedic acting, but you also need to have that vulnerability and also strength, because she is quite a strong character as well, because she decides to leave everything she's ever known. And I really like this actress just by seeing her as Natty in Diary of Tootsies, because she's not afraid to go there. And just seeing her comedic acting, I think she very much will have the other traits that I've mentioned. And I think she'd do a very good job.
I agree. I think that's a great casting. I put the actress who plays Fighter's girlfriend in YRU. I think the character's called Hua. I can't remember what the actress is called, but
okay,
I thought she would be a cute Mian Mian.
Okay.
Yeah, she's also in.
She's also Together with Me. She plays.
Oh, I can't remember. She just plays like a mean girl.
Oh,
controversial. Okay, so I've chosen for Zhao Jishan and Song Lan, who are the kind of discount Wei Ying and Lan Jan.
Yeah,
the ones
they
discount Wei Ying.
They basically are.
I do wonder. Well, I mean, we kind of know why they're in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like that. I like that, and also I like the kind of the two kind of slender pretty boys together. Yeah. You know me.
I've chosen a Saint as Zhao Jishan and Perth Nakun as Song Lan. So
my engineer Perth.
Different Perth. Sorry about that, guys. Again, I want to state that I didn't want to have a ship in this series, so I couldn't have put Saint with Perth.
And I love that you've managed to have Perth Saint, but it's not Perth Saint.
It's a different... I'm giving you a different Perth Saint. I had to get my boy Perth Nakun in there somehow.
Yeah.
I think that's a great casting.
Yeah,
and
we fucked about with this
one. Because we just wanted them to be in there and we love them so much, we just put Max Tull. I don't care which one is which.
But the funny thing is, right, is that we thought that what if they were just himbos the entire time? What if they were just
the whole reason they kind of exist is to kind of foreshadow and kind of mirror Lan Jan and Wei Ying's relationship, right? They are meant to be kind of the mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally,
they're meant to be mirrors of each other, those couples. Like, they're very much supposed to be boyfriends, I think.
Yeah, no, they are, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We just thought it'd be funny to have Max Tull as the background character.
I don't hate it.
I love the idea of like them being, because again, like I completely agree with what you said about having like kind of no established ships, but I thought this would be the one funny instance where
I do like that.
The thing is, these two characters, they do just sort of like pop up and then disappear and then pop up and disappear again.
Well, I'm really happy with what we ended up with. We had was it 2 or 3 in the end that were the same?
We had, our same ones were Neen playing Zhang Yan Li.
Yeah.
And Tommy playing Jinling.
Yeah.
And we agreed kind of after the fact about Sammy being Wen Chao's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I can't remember.
And
the
then
character's
also
name.
Pavel is.
Oh, and then
Jiang.
also Pavel, yeah, which we didn't choose initially, but absolutely. I agree with most of yours. Some of it is inspired. Some of it is like, yes, of course. We weren't 100% with all of ours. Some of them I feel like very strongly about, but I feel like both of these are strong casts. I would be really interested to know what, if you're listening, like,
yes, please.
We're going to have some kind of vote, comment, tell us,
message
us, vote in stories. We'll probably do something in stories as well.
Yeah, we'll do something in stories, so look out for that.
Okay, so we basically decided, because of course it makes complete sense halfway through the series to just add something new in, that we're going to sign off each episode with a particular set of quotes by Wang Yibo about himself that I sent G. They're from an interview that he gave. There are so many to choose from, but he has such intent. I don't know if it's meant to be a joke. I kind of don't think it is.
I don't think so. I think he thinks a lot about himself.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough.
And I mean, it's justified, but still, it really made me laugh. But these are troubling times, and we thought you might like to hear some positive affirmations. So we're gonna sign off with this every week. As an exercise, repeat after us, look in the mirror and say this to yourself, and watch your self-confidence grow, I guess. I don't know, but
yeah, so let's go.
Are you ready? I'm gonna put my all into this. Okay. What a fierce gaze.
I am a really cool man.
Like a leopard or a wolf.
Like an aloof hunk who's good at dancing.
And that's it.
Those are your affirmations for this week.
Those are your affirmations for this week. We might keep them, we might do some different ones, but yeah, say that to yourself in the mirror. Thank you so much for listening,
Use
guys.
it as your new mantra in life. Just, get that confidence up.
What a fierce gaze.
Fierce gaze.
Fierce gaze. All right. Thanks so much for listening, guys. See you in 2 weeks.
So we also run Thai BL memes over on Instagram, and our podcast-specific account is That's Such BL Podcast, where you can follow us for updates and extra content. So you'll be able to listen to future episodes on our Instagram, That's Such BL Podcast, on IGTV, or you'll be able to find it on any major podcast platform like Apple Music, Spotify, or just the podcast app that you use. Thanks so much for listening.